Check this out. Now is my cabinet making a little bit more sense to y'all? See how I did it? And check it. It'll slide up there. I'm going to make a cup holder up there in that top corner. I'm going to make a little cup holder in that spot. You know, this is my sink and my stove. Oh. This right here backs up. Boom. Oh, I couldn't grab a hold of it. That flips up out of the way if you need to get to the motor. So I started trying to sit there and figure out how I was going to make this cabinet be able to move and get out of the way to where I can access the part where the motor is at. It was mind numbing to try to figure out how to go about doing this, but I think in the end it ended up being a pretty good route to take it. Here I was trying to cut the top for the cabinet that I had in my mind. As you can see, my skill saw blade is getting old. It's smoking more than it's cutting, so I switched to the jigsaw here and tried to make a rough cut out of the top, because this maple plywood that I used is $70 a sheet, and I can't afford to be messing it up. So I was taking just a little bit at a time off until I got it pretty perfect. Here I was making the markings to cut the hole for the sink gas top stove combination that's going to live in the cabinet. I was trying to be careful, so I marked it several times. Finally got out the jigsaw and started going at cutting it. I was, same as when I cut the top out, I was doing the same process where I was taking just a little bit at a time out and started getting to it with the jigsaw. The problem was that I just guesstimated when I made the original frame, so there was parts of the structure that were in the way. So I ended up having to actually take and cut a little bit of the legs of the cabinet out of the way to be able to actually get it to fit in there. But in the end, made it happen, so that's what truly matters. You know, when we don't know how to do something and we work on it and figure it out and make it happen, it really does. It feels good. You know, accomplishing a challenge that you honestly went into completely blind. Never done anything like 99% of the stuff that I've done on this van are completely new to me. But you know what? That's what makes it feel even better, when at the end of the day you are able to get something that works done. So I'm happy with it. I hope that at the end of the day I'm able to inspire some people to, you know, go ahead and try to do something, even though it may be beyond what society says that your ability is. Society may say I'm disabled, but I believe that I'm enabled. I refuse to give up. And I want to show other people that they don't have to give up either. You know, if you can find some inspiration in how hard-headed I am in refusing to give up, then I've done my job. Here I was taking out the cover of the motor, and you see how hung up it was getting. It was just fighting me like crazy. So this is when I decided to go ahead and make the cut and have the end portion of the cabinet all be on a piano hinge. That way I can just pull it up and flip it out of the way. This right here, I think, is the best addition that I've done to that cabinet, making it where it can flip up out of the way. Here, I was doing the test run of the stain on a spare piece of the wood piece I had cut out from where the sink was, and it looked good, so I went ahead and started staining the actual pieces of the cabinet. Another thing that I'd never done in my life, I just read the directions and rolled with it. But sometimes it's what we got to do, just give it a try. But I think it turned out looking pretty good. So this is what it looks like after one coat and wiping it off. Now it says let it sit for 10 minutes and then do a second coat. Wow, that's going to look good. Here I was going ahead and putting the final stain onto the countertop. I think I put like 3 or 4 times of going at it, trying to get it a little bit darker each time. But at the end of the day, I think it turned out looking pretty good. Y'all let me know what you think about the as of now final bit. I've still got a lot of work to do, but I think that y'all can kind of see where my idea has been, because obviously the final version that you have in your head isn't apparent to other people in the beginning. Check this out. Now is my cabinet making a little bit more sense to y'all? See how I did it? And check it. It'll slide up there. I'm going to make a cup holder up there in that top corner. I'm going to make a little cup holder in that spot. This is my sink and my stove. Oh. This right here backs up. Boom. Oh, I couldn't grab a hold of it. That flips up out of the way if you need to get to the motor.